Alrighty guys, Spider-Man, Hulk, and Punisher. Truthfully, if you had asked me a couple weeks ago if I really thought Mark Ruffalo's Hulk was going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, while there had been reports and rumors and leaks and all kinds of different things going around about this for the past month, I might have told you no. It just didn't make sense, especially with the confirmation from Kevin Feige himself, the source of all sources for Marvel. When he says something, it's right. And he said Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be street level. So we'll talk about how a film with Spider-Man and Hulk could possibly be street level. And I'm not saying it couldn't be, but just given where we're at in the MCU, I don't know. But Spider-Man Brand New Day, I mean, looks like it's going to be crazy. When we talk street level, I don't think we're getting Daredevil. I think we're getting something a little more MCU-ish, but we will talk about that in a second because we have confirmation from the reputable sources, not from Marvel or Sony themselves, but from the reputable sources, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, and Deadline, as Spider-Man Brand New Day kicks off filming, that Mark Ruffalo's Hulk will indeed be coming, or will be appearing in a Spider-Man Brand New Day. I apologize that this is a little bit late. It just happens. I've said this many times before. I lock the podcast episodes Friday afternoons, and then usually, or not usually, but sometimes a piece of breaking news comes out right after that, and I just have to wait till next week. It is what it is. It is what it is. So we're here to talk about it now, though, and we'll discuss this. So let's look at this Hollywood Reporter article that simply says, title, quote, Mark Ruffalo returning as the Hulk for Spider-Man 4. Article goes on to say, here, quote, Spider-Man Brand New Day has found a smashing star to join Tom Holland in the Sony Marvel movie sequel. Mark Ruffalo is returning to reprise the role of Bruce Banner and the Hulk. So that's important because it's not just Bruce Banner. It's, at least according to this article, article goes on, in the future, which comes 14 years after the actor joined the MCU and the Avengers. That's crazy. The move has been rumored for a while, but only firmed up as the script came together and its production gears up for beginning, or it looks like there's some typos here, as production gears up this month in England. At the same time, this is also interesting, Michael Mando, known for his work on Better Call Saul, is returning to reprise his role of the Scorpion, the villain character whom he first played in Spider-Man Homecoming, the 2017 film feature that kicked off the Holland-centric Spider-Man movie. So that's also interesting. And the article goes on to point out that each Spider-Man film has had a more senior MCU character joining the fray, and also points out that Punisher is going to be a part of this as well. So it's going to be likely a Spider-Man Punisher Hulk fight before they all go team up and face the ultimate bad guy, which we'll talk about. Also, there are hints of Mr. Negative being that character as well. But first of all, let's talk about the Hulk. So look, I mean, the Hulk started out as more of a street level character. I mean, literally the first time the Hulk appeared in the MCU, he was fighting on the streets of Harlem. So I'm not saying that Hulk being in an MCU movie doesn't mean that it can't be street level, because Kevin Feige said it's going to be street level, right? You have Spider-Man and Punisher, and I fully believe that movie could be gritty and grounded and dark. But Hulk appearing is interesting. If they treat Hulk like the smart Hulk, or if they treat Hulk like the quipping She-Hulk kind of Hulk, or the endgame smart Hulk, I don't know. I don't really see it. However, if they treat Hulk like a force of nature, a weapon being used by another person, perhaps Mr. Negative or whoever else the villain is, I can see it. I can definitely see it. It just feels weird because you're not used to big green giant monsters. Maybe it's going to be Grey Hulk for all we know, running around the streets of New York and calling it a street level movie. I am excited though to see Hulk again. We haven't gotten confirmation of Tom Holland or Mark Ruffalo for Avengers Doomsday as of yet, so it'll be nice to see them at least sometime in 2026. Even if they're not going to be in Avengers Doomsday, which I think they will be. I think they probably will be, but still, I think it's exciting, and hopefully it sets up whatever's going to happen leading into Doomsday itself. I do think, again, because I think Punisher's a little different. Punisher's coming into this film a little more tangentially. I do think that, we've now officially graduated the Training Wheels 3 films of Spider-Man, which I love, by the way. I love Homecoming. I love Far From Home more than most people, and of course I love No Way Home. Each one of those films, though, the article rightly points out, had a senior member of the Avengers being in that film. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man in Homecoming, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury in Far From Home, and Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange in No Way Home. And this is continuing the tradition, which honestly, as a concept, I'm a little disappointed by, because it's like, can we not just let Tom Holland deal with things himself? even if he's fighting Hulk, it just still feels like eventually they'll team up and he'll have a little bit of an older MCU figure to look to, which I'm not saying is a bad thing inherently. I just think that it kind of continues a pattern that I was hoping they might break. But again, I'm not disappointed to see Hulk. Michael Mando returning as Scorpion, and we've also gotten hints of other characters as well. I think we've gotten hints of Boomerang and Tarantula. I think that as similar to other films that have come out in the past, like Superman or Fantastic Four. No spoilers, no major spoilers, but there are scenes in there where they're not explicitly fighting all these side villains, but it's sort of a montage showing them fighting some of their older villains. And I think that might be what's going on here for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't think that there's going to be 20 villains in the movie that actually try to steal 20, each try to take 10% of the movie screen time and just end up convoluting the film. I don't think that's the case. I think that there probably would be some kind of montage towards the beginning of Spider-Man dealing with street-level crime, which I'm pretty excited for. Actually, I feel like taking Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the animated multiversal MCU animated show that came out about a year ago, or half a year ago, I should say. I think that would be really cool. They had Scorpion in there as a big villain, but it was sort of as part of a gang war. And I think that, again, just keeping it street level. Because the more things that I'm hearing about this movie, the more I'm like, how are you going to make it street level? The other thing that we've allegedly heard is that according to set photos, and I don't like doing this. I don't love making entire segments just about set photos and whatnot. But since we're talking about it, there have been allusions to Mr. Negative as well. The logo, I think it's the Inner Demons. Is that right? That association is widely made with Mr. Negative, and I think Mr. Negative has been rumored to be a villain in this movie for a while as well. I personally would like to see it. I saw the cutscene movie for the PS4 Spider-Man game, and I thought he was a really good villain. So I'd be interested to see what goes on there. But guys, this movie is getting crazy. So Sadie Sink, right, is in the movie. Zendaya and Jacob Batalon are also in the movie. Other supporting characters, but it's Spider-Man, it's Hulk, it's Punisher, it's Mr. Negative, it's Scorpion. I'm not saying that this movie is being overcrowded. I highly suspect that some of the secondary auxiliary villains are not going to have that much screen time, but still, it's something to keep an eye out for, especially, again, given the fact that Kevin Feige confirmed this is going to be a street-level villain with Spider-Man dealing with things on his own. So we will see what comes of that. Guys, what do you make of the news that Hulk has been reportedly confirmed to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day Spider-Man 4? Let me know in the comments down below.